Last week, Chase invited me out to New York for a press briefing on their brand new Chase Sapphire Reserve cards, and I got my hands on the actual unboxing experience. So today I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to unbox these new Chase Sapphire Reserve cards. I have both the personal version and the business version of the redesigned credit card. My name is Max, and I hope people maximize their airline miles, hotel points, and credit card points. If you haven't already, remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below if you enjoy credit card and travel content like this. Now let's get into opening up these boxes. According to Chase's press release, these cards reflect the refinement of the Chase Sapphire Reserve brand with the engraved logo, textured patterns on a heavier metal veneer. Let's see if that's actually true. Let's start with the personal Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So when you apply for the card, it should arrive in a white box like this. The packaging definitely feels premium, not some flimsy envelope that typical credit cards come in, and the box feels pretty heavy for its size. When you open the white box, there's another blue box inside with the Chase Sapphire branding. It's already off to a good start. Now overall, the blue box feels pretty high quality and it feels fancy opening it up. The first thing you see when you first open it, it says welcome to Chase Sapphire Reserve. There's even a letter from the general manager welcoming you to Chase Sapphire Reserve, which definitely makes it feel like a premium unboxing experience. Typically you get like the big stack of papers with all the card terms and stuff. Well, in this case, you get a nice little welcome letter. So now let's get into the actual cards. According to Chase, the consumer card is inspired by the facets of the Chase octagon logo and sapphire gems. It's a very low-key design, almost like a solid color with a slight gradient. You can see the texture influenced by the sapphires and the Chase logo. The logo is still in the top left corner with the chip right down below it, and a very familiar gradient on the top right corner, similar to the existing Chase Sapphire Reserve card. If you flip it over, there's something interesting. The magnetic strip goes from the left to the right, and it occupies the entire top part of the card, not just a stripe like it is on most card. And it says the most rewarding card to remind you of its premium status and the higher annual fee that you're paying for the card. Again, pretty good marketing to be honest, and a good use of space on the credit card. I'm surprised not more credit card companies or credit card issuers write some marketing message on their credit card. So the funny thing is that Chase was very specific about the weight of both cards. It's exactly 19.6 grams according to them. At the press event, somebody asked about the weight of the card, and the Chase representative knew of what exactly the weight is, so I'm assuming they were expecting that question. So let's go ahead and test the weight of the cards. So I threw it on the scale multiple times, and sometimes it's 18 grams, sometimes 19 grams. So we can say it's pretty accurate to what the Chase team claims. But here's my honest take about metal credit cards. I actually prefer plastic cards because I carry a small wallet and I like to keep things light and less bulky. Metal cards can make your wallet feel pretty heavy, but I know some people love the premium feel of metal credit cards. So this is just really personal preference. I prefer plastic cards over metal credit cards, and the metal aspect of credit cards don't really do anything for me. So now let's unbox the Chase Sapphire Reserve business credit card. And this is a new product line for Chase. While the personal card has a more intricate design, the business card has a more sophisticated look inspired by pinstripe patterns, and I think the design matches that kind of like more businessy feel. You still get the same premium packaging experience. The letter is slightly different from the personal version, and you get the same weighted card of 19.6 grams according to Chase, but the card definitely has a different aesthetic than the personal card. It's more of a business focused aesthetic to the card. A little more simpler design, a little more sophisticated, I guess. So here's some important context. When the original Chase Sapphire Reserve launched in 2016, it was so popular that Chase ran out of metal credit cards and had to send temporary plastic cards for people who signed up for the credit card after the metal cards ran out. But this time they seem a little bit more prepared because of the fact that I have these production unboxing sets directly from Chase, which suggests that they have credit card metal inventory to be issued to new applicants. The new design improvements are nice. These cards definitely feel more premium than the previous versions, but here's the thing. Card design shouldn't be your primary deciding factor on what credit cards to get. What really matters are the perks and benefits, and there are significant changes to the perks and benefits of the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and there are also new benefits for the Chase Sapphire Reserve business as well. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve has 8 times points on Chase travel purchases, 4 times points on flights and hotels booked directly with the airline, so they're getting rid of the 3 times broad travel category and the same $300 annual travel credit, and a lot of new travel, dining, and lifestyle credits and benefits. benefits. But here's the thing, it also comes with a higher $795 annual fee. That's $245 more than before. Now, I won't get into too much detail on the card because I have another video about all the perks and benefits of the new Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Sapphire Reserve business, which I'll link down in the description. But here's my take. The unboxing experience matches the premium position of the card, and the build quality seems to be pretty solid for a high premium credit card. But remember, you're not paying $795 for a pretty card, you're paying for the benefits and the earning potentials, and the design is just a nice bonus. If you want to see my complete breakdown of all the new benefits of the Chase Sapphire Reserve cards, whether this card is worth the higher annual fee, you can go check out my detailed review, which will also be over here as well. I go through every single benefit and the changes to help you calculate if it makes sense for your spending. So remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. That helps out my channel, and you'll get more travel content and more credit card contents to watch in the future. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.